but we're getting there. But I will give you a synopsis of it as to how far we have gone and what does it mean. We are importing 70% of our electricity from our big brother, South Africa, and a small bit from Mozambique. We want to close that gap. We want to be self-sufficient in energy, and we're heading for that. In doing so, we have liberalized licensing of power production in the country. So we're looking at hydro, mini hydros, geothermal, wind, solar, waste. We're looking for gas to power. We're looking for everything. We have liberalized everything, and so the fact that even government is saying whoever wants to come to invest in the country, in this area, will be given some special preferences, such as incentives, such as VAT, and a lot of others. So, but we are working on IPP and PPA. That means we are talking to people who can put up plants on their own, but supply the grid. We agree on the prices, and we take it from there. From what we have counted, hydro, mini hydros, wind, solar, we are looking at about 170 megawatts right now. And if we get that, we shall have achieved quite a lot for the country. Some of the projects are there, solar, hydro, and most of them are at 50% completion. We have one, using my colleagues from South Africa's word, stranded power station. It is there, it's supposed, studies have been made, everything is done, but just no capital for it. You are invited to take part on this one. We are talking to about a number of producers, like 21 of them, some of them very small, some of them big. When I talk about small, I'm talking about 1 megawatt. When I'm talking about big, I'm talking about 300 megawatts. So we are guided by it, but we're guided by the master plan. We will be getting something like 90 megawatts very soon from the sugar industry in biomass 50 and 50, and 40, and 75 solar. I already said that we're talking to an energy mix. We are mindful of our people in the rural area. I should have told you that our access to electricity is about 75% in general. That's both rural and urban, 75% access. But amongst those, we have this special access facility for those who are extremely poor, those who do not have good roofs or maybe good strong walls. We just pitch a wall on your by your house, and we give you a plug. That plug will supply you for lights and also for ironing, charging, all those small things. We want to be covering everyone in the country. It will cover also the small companies, small industries in those small homes. And we have also what you call wheeling. If you are familiar with wheeling, those traders who are buying electricity from a supplier and supplying someone else, but they don't produce, they don't have even the means to transport, so they talk to the grid and just buy and sell, buy and sell. We are encouraging that as well. We have those who are doing batteries. They buy when it's cheap and store the power and then sell to the grid or to a particular company that they choose to work with. When it comes to gender, we are working with women, and we're making a special encouragement to women, especially the young ones, where we are teaching young girls to the regulator and the plant, the EEC, which is called the producer of electricity there. They go there as interns. They go there as from high school as for shadowing, just to interest them in electricity. And some of them are really interested. The mix that we have, we expect to get jobs from that, to see development, and we wish to see skills transfer and gain experiences. Already, this is seen in the country, and one of the Voctim schools there is working with the regulator and have accredited, given certificates to 42 and 5 for inspecting the installation of solar, because solar is gaining ground there, but still at a very low space. Am I? I think we would be 100% by now access. But the problem, I don't know what's happening in other countries. We are scattered all over. A country there, a home there, a home there, a home, but then it's difficult. It's still same with water. By now we should be 100% covered, but the scattered homes is making it difficult. Now, there is this problem which I would like to address as well. Companies coming to produce, they want to have exclusivity. It sounds nice, but really what we have seen in the past is that we give you exclusivity, then after 10 years, you just disappear. You are gone. And no cost to you. A big cost to us, because we have lost opportunities to talk to other people. So we're mindful of that, but we are expecting to produce something like 1,500 megawatts. We need only about 300 megawatts ourselves. We expect to export the rest to the region, to the southern power pool. We want to believe we are on that track now. Mr. Chairman, I think I can give it back to you. Thank you so much.
A big round of applause. Thank you, Your Royal Highness, for that forgiveness in terms of mispronouncement. After break, I shall come and practice, with your permission. Allow me to move on as time is running out. I saw somebody who was assisting us with the Honorable a representative from DRC. I think he wants to speak in French. Yeah, so I'm not so sure how we are going to proceed. Do we have simultaneous translation? Where is the colleague that was whispering to the... It's okay? Okay, I understand there is simultaneous translation, interpretation rather. Allow me to call upon Mr. Alfred Likobo bin Gele. I'm hoping I'm improving in my pronunciation. From the Ministry of Water Resources and Electricity, DRC, to talk to us about DRC's vast hydropower potential position as a cornerstone of regional clean power supply, and to answer the question, how is the government ensuring that new hydropower developments are climate resilient, environmentally sustainable, and socially inclusive while supporting regional power exports? You have the floor, sir. Can we clap for him, please?
Merci beaucoup, messieurs les modérateurs, pour avoir aligné le Eswatini avant la République démocratique du Congo. Merci. Merci les pays hôtes. Nous allons beaucoup plus parler sur la transition énergétique en République démocratique du Congo. Et on va chuter par des recommandations. Je vais dire que la RDC, c'est un grand pays qui a aussi des potentiels énormes, des 100 000 mégas pour l'hydro, 82 000 mégas pour les solaires, y compris la biomasse et tout ça. Mais nous allons beaucoup plus se focaliser sur les deux, le mix énergétique entre l'hydro et le solaire. En 2014, on a pris une loi pour libéraliser le secteur. Et le secteur a été libéralisé par la loi 14/011 du 17 juin 2014, relative au secteur de l'électricité. Et avant cela, le taux de desserte était de 9%. Mais nous comptons doubler puisque là, nous sommes déjà à 21%. Et nous comptons aller plus loin. En 2030, nous pouvons passer à 62. Et beaucoup vont se demander comment on va passer de 21 à 62. Et nous allons tabler sur 4 axes. Les 4 axes, c'est d'abord réhabiliter les centrales existantes, dont les infrastructures existantes, et construire les nouvelles. Pour la construction des nouvelles centrales, nous avons déjà signé plusieurs contrats de concession en termes de, ça peut approcher aujourd'hui 2000 à 2500 mégas, si ma mémoire répond, puisque au niveau de Kintuka, déjà, nous avons un site qui va développer 600, et au niveau du bassin de Louvois à Tanganyika et au Katanga, il y a plusieurs, dans ces cascades de Louvois, on va beaucoup plus aussi développer. Et au niveau du site, nous avons des centrales à développer. Et le tout peut nous faire 2500. Mais en réhabilitant les anciennes centrales, en montant sur le développement dans quelques années, en 2030, nous pouvons aller à 62%. Voilà, pour atteindre au moins 62 millions de population de la République démocratique du Congo. nous comptons beaucoup plus sur la coopération régionale. Là aussi, on a beaucoup plus avancé puisqu'il y a des contrats entre l'Angola et la RDC. Il y a des corridors, mais les études ont été validées. Il y a des concessions qui ont été signées pour transporter de l'énergie de Inga à Soyo et Kolwezi vers Solwezi. Entre les deux, ce sont les deux corridors. Là, il y a pas de problème. Il y a le problème du secteur privé. Tout ce que nous allons faire, on va les faire avec le privé, puisque toutes les concessions qu'on a données, c'est beaucoup plus le privé qui ont obtenu toutes ces concessions. Donc, on appelle beaucoup plus le privé à venir, à continuer à venir, puisque pour développer les 100 000 mégas, comme je disais tantôt, il faut un apport du secteur privé. Voilà en somme, à ce qui concerne les réformes. Les réformes, je vois dans la salle, il y a la Banque mondiale, il y a la BAD et d'autres partenaires qui nous accompagnent. On n'a pas encore le plan directeur, mais c'est en gestation. Les gens ont été recrutés pour le faire. En 2026, nous aurons notre plan directeur pour y avancer. Concernant le secteur privé, je rentre là, il y a des avantages que nous donnons. La loi 14 donne beaucoup plus des avantages sur les allègements fiscaux pour que nous puissions aller de l'avant. Il y a le code des investissements qui nous donne aussi ces avantages. Pour sécuriser le tout, il y a la loi sur le partenariat public-privé qui appuie tout cela. Et pour sécuriser les investisseurs, nous avons l'autorité de régulation qui assure la régulation et la protection des investissements en République démocratique du Congo. À ce qui concerne le milieu rural, nous avons lancé une agence qui assure l'électrification. Allô? Nous avons une agence qui assure l'électrification dans les milieux ruraux et périurbains. Donc, pour cela, nous comptons électrifier 78 000 villages. On est en train d'avancer. Le plan d'investissement prioritaire a été arrêté. On avance avec cet investissement pour atteindre en 2030 au moins un grand nombre de ces villages. Voilà un peu ce que je pouvais dire à ce qui concerne la résilience. La résilience, nous aussi même, puisqu'il y a ce que nous appelons la transition énergétique. Il faut beaucoup plus pallier sur les énergies renouvelables et nous pensons y réussir. Merci. En tout cas, je m'excuse pour ce malangue, il fallait que je parle, mais je suis SADC, donc il ne faut pas m'en vouloir pour ça.
I wish to present my apologies. I cannot speak English.
Donc je disais, je suis SADC. Je suis SADC, donc...
I'm part of the SADC. I'm part of the SADC family.
Merci, je pense. C'est ce que j'avais à dire. Merci.
I think that's all I had to say. Thank you for your attention.
Je voudrais remercier le ministre. You see, I can speak French, as you can see. I was learning a bit as the honorable representative was speaking, but another round of applause, please. I think we are moving on nicely. Allow me to call upon from Mauritius. I know they speak 2 languages there, but the Honorable Mr. Sanjay Somon, Acting Deputy General Manager, Central Electricity Board of Mauritius, is going to speak to us in English, and we hope that he's going to touch in his presentation on the issues. We know that Mauritius has demonstrated leadership in energy efficiency, cogeneration, and the development of wind and solar technologies. What policy and regulatory instruments have been most effective in driving these investments, particularly in the industrial and commercial sectors? Mauritius, 5 minutes. Round of applause.
Okay, thank you very much. Your Excellencies, good afternoon, and friends, good afternoon. So as you see, I'm not minister, but I'm representative of the minister. So I will talk on behalf of Mauritius. Mauritius has demonstrated a strong leadership in energy efficiency, cogeneration, and deployment of wind and solar technologies. Its progress has been driven by clear national policy direction, robust regulatory frameworks, and practical implementation mechanisms that provide confidence to investors and utilities alike. Energy efficiency as a strategic resource, we have industrial and commercial sectors have reduced peak demand through process optimization, like power factor correction, capacitor banks, and targeted efficiency measures. Lately, we have launched a scheme, a PV scheme, a CNCS, where we have requested the big commercial companies to produce their own electricity through PV generation. And this will help Mauritius, as well as the company during peak hours, because presently we have a problem of generation. The firm capacity in Mauritius is around 630, and the peak demand is already 567 last year. But if this year this continues to increase, then we may face a load shedding problem. Last year we had 4 days where we had load shedding, but this year we are accelerating on PV generation so that we won't face these problems again. We have also stable and credible investment signals, clear national targets including coal phase out and prioritization of renewables under a new renewable energy roadmap is under preparation, and which aims for us to attain 60% renewable energy in the energy mix by 2035. Presently, we are at around 20%, and we have a long way to go, but there are many projects that are presently being implemented. But these have been delayed mainly because of land problems, because Mauritius is a very small island, and we have also permitting issues. But these have been solved because our minister has taken the lead to solve these permitting issues. We have bankable renewable pipelines. So we have programs include solar PV integrated with battery energy storage systems, BESS. And presently we are implementing one BESS project of 20 megawatt. And we have an option of implementing another one after July. And all PV generations now will be hybrid facility. So those who are producing by PV, they will have also to provide it through a battery. So store the energy and then they can use it later. So we have structured grid integration processes, defined technical standards, transparent cost allocation, and proactive guidance from the CEB to ensure safe and reliable connection of renewable systems. We have also distributed generation schemes like small-scale distribution, where all the households we are encouraging to place a PV on the house. And also, large commercial customers are being encouraged to produce up to 2 megawatt PV generation. And also, we have fiscal incentives and tax measures. These include 100% annual capital allowances for solar units. VAT and excise duty are removed, so the people are encouraged to buy their own PV and install on their house. Energy efficiency governance, we have the EEMO, Energy Efficiency Management Office, which works under the Ministry of Energy and Public Utilities. It oversees audits, appliance standards, efficiency strategies across industrial and commercial sectors, with measures embedded in public procurement and building codes. So the design of the buildings themselves take into consideration these issues. Innovative and financing support, concessional financing and technical support from institutions in Mauritius, such as the Development Bank of Mauritius, further enable industrial and commercial investment in renewable and efficiency projects. The overall lesson is that clean energy investments accelerate when policy provides long-term visibility, bankable implementation pathways, and strong coordination between regulators. In Mauritius, we have the URA, Utility Regulator Authority. Investors, we have banks and financing institutions, and of course, utilities like CB. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mauritius. Thank you, Mauritius. Another round of applause, please. I think we are doing quite well on our time. Let's keep the momentum going. Allow me to call upon from the islands, we are now back on the mainland, Mr. Antonio Ugerino Manda. You'll get used to this. I think you'll be partners in my murdering of names, but I apologize for that. Called Mandos. You have a permanent secretary. I think you also have 5 minutes, but we want you to focus on Mozambique. As we know, its pivotal role both as a major power producer and a regional transit country. How is the government balancing large hydropower and gas-to-power development with acceleration of utility-scale and distributed renewables? You have 5 minutes. Obrigado. Please take the floor.
Thank you, moderator. Good afternoon, Excellencies. I'll try really take 5 minutes. What we did to accelerate construction of electricity, energy infrastructures, and to increase our access to electricity, the first one, what we did, we mapped all Mozambique in terms of potential. We produced the Renewable Energy Atlas on 2013. And now we know every square meter what we have in terms of hydro, potential, solar, and wind. After that, we approved key regulatory and the planning instruments in order to accelerate construction of energy infrastructures and the access. And one of 3 of instruments, planning instruments that were approved was electricity infrastructure master plan, because in the question we decided to review that instrument, because when we fund the gas and Rovuma basin, that was so huge amount of gas, it was 180,000 trillion cubic feet, and 25 of this gas was dedicated to the projects in the country and also benefits the region. The second planning instrument was National Electrification Strategy, and third one was Gas Master Plan. And after that, we start really to speed everything. And I'll give you one examples of, in terms of achievement after approving these instruments. Our installed capacity in 2025 now represents 2,720 megawatts, and from that amount, 2,191 is hydro, because many projects now comes after approval of those instruments. Gas, we start also to have projects, and many of those projects were already complete and are now in operation. Now we have installed capacity of 442 megawatts of gas, and next year will be also commissioned another big power plant, Temani gas power plant. It's 450 megawatts. That one will benefit Mozambique and also regions through SAP. In terms of solar, really also we had the big achievements from scratch. We have 87 megawatts installed capacity, and the next year also, I think if everything goes well, we'll have financial close for wind. Namasha wind power plant is 120 megawatts. That border with the Eswatini, and we expect also to support to Eswatini when we reach. And in terms of access, on 2015, we had only 30% of access. But after that, the government approved a very ambitious program called Energy for All. Energy for All means you'll get electricity for free. We don't need to pay nothing if you want to get electricity. That was government plan. And in the cities where the grid is mandatory to have electricity. They're going to your house and so, please, why you don't have electricity? You must have it. That was mandatory. And from that time, from 2015 up to 25, now we have 66% of access. From 30 to 66% of access, because of those government policies. That's 55% of grid and 11 off grid. And I have to also say, when thing was done, was said morning about Mpandankua, but let me to say something about it. I say we have now strategic investor for the project. That is a very good milestone. End of this year, we start construction of first GECP. GCP is the Green Energy Corridor Project. We'll start end of this year, and the second one will start next year. And when we are planning, I hope that will be done by 2028 for financial closure to Mpandankua, and to start the construction of this project. I think will be I think we're talking in SADC about Pandangwa 20 years. Pandangwa 20 years. But this time, I think we will be, because the commitment is very, very high for SADC, for government of Mozambique, even for the investors like ADB, as today speech from ADB was so clear about it. We have good advisor for this project and also a very powerful strategic investor. I think, Mr. Moderator, I took 5 minutes to deliver important information for you. Thank you.
Muito obrigado. Thank you very much for applauding. Thank you very much. Another round of applause. We are continuing to move on nicely. And from the first batch of speakers, allow me to call upon Honorable Dr. Jean Matanga, Minister of Natural Resources, Energy and Mining of Republic of Malawi. And I will invite Machimwene to come, Bwerani, on the podium and to talk to us, and also keep in mind that Malawi has pioneered irrigation, integration of utility-scale solar with the electric battery storage to strengthen system reliability. What are the key policy, regulatory, and planning decisions that enabled these early projects, and what lessons can other SADC member states draw from Malawi's experience? You have the floor.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. As indicated by the moderator, I'm not the minister, I'm the Secretary for Energy representing the minister. I'll speak to the group about policy planning, which has allowed us to diversify. And then I'll go on to speak of Malawi's participation in the region, trade, energy trade. And lastly, I'll also talk of Malawi's access and efficiency use of energy. Thank you. Let me, in a one line, say our energy generation is not that good at the moment. We are producing about 551 megawatts only, while our demand is almost 800. You can see we are almost at half. So with that in mind, we have adopted the we have no time to delay process or policy. We are lined up from 2018, 2017, a lot of policy adjustments so that we benefit and speed up to match with our colleagues in the SADC region. One of the policies we adjusted is energy, national energy policy. We also changed so many acts. I'll just mention 3 or 4. Electricity energy, taxation energy, taxation policy and laws, public finance management acts, just to allow private sector participation in the energy space. This has resulted into confidence by IPPs to partner with or collaborate with the government so that they produce energy. Because we changed the Electricity Act, it has allowed the IPPs to do business, because before it was only one operator, which is the Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi, and then nobody else. Now the IPP are allowed by law, but also because we know they take money from foreign countries, we had to change Public Finance Management Act, because some acts, some provisions could not allow them to repatriate money in foreign currency. Having gone there, let me also quickly go to Malawi's participation in the region, power pool, regional energy market. we are completing, I think this month, Malawi-Mozambique interconnector, which will be a game changer for us, because now the IPP which have taken on board, they will be allowed directly to participate in the sale of energy to the SAP, which is a plus for them. But also, us, we should be able to evacuate excess energy, if we reach that level, excess energy, to sell to the power pool. We are also constructing, with the help of World Bank, EDF, and other financiers like EIB, we are also constructing a 358.5 megawatts in Paramanga power project, which will take us, we think, if everything goes to plan, maybe the next 3 to 4 years, which will allow us indeed to use the Malawi-Mozambique interconnector for selling into the power, or participating economically in the SAP. We are also strengthening our transmission line. We have a project called Eastern Backbone and Western Backbone. We are trying to connect Malawi to Tanzania, and also connecting Malawi to Zambia. The Zambia one is called Zama, Zambia-Malawi interconnector, and maybe Tama in the nearest future. All this we are doing to be part and parcel of the SADC community, and also get a bit of revenue and forex. Let me quickly run through to access. Our access story, it's not very encouraging at the moment. It's at 25.6 or 0.8. We want it to be about 70%. So again, we have run a number of using donor assistance and our own local resources, a number of projects to increase access to that level in the next 3 to 4 years. We have a project financed by World Bank called Ascent. We have